G'day, it's fugitive Australian journalist Shane Dowling from the website and YouTube channel Kangaroo Court of Australia. Now, I've just published an article in relation to billionaire Gina Rinehart trying to take over and control the Liberal Party and, in effect, the coalition. And I'll read out that article and also show you a video. Actually, I'd call it a promotional video or policy video, but the reality is it's just an ad for Gina Rinehart. Now, I published that article on Sunday the 28th of September 2025, and it's titled Billionaire Gina Rinehart Makes Takeover Bid for the Liberal Party by Andrew Hastie. Libs Bill by Christmas, ? The article starts off, Billionaire Gina Rinehart is pulling the strings of the Liberal Party's next leader, Andrew Hastie, and it stands out a mile away as Hastie, publicly and deliberately, undermines current coalition and Liberal Party leader, Susan Lee. What makes it so obvious is that Hastie is driving the issue of coal and mining, which most voters don't care about, but which is the key issue for billionaire miner and Hastie's fellow West Australian, Gina Rinehart. Andrew Hastie had the opportunity in May to challenge for the Liberal Party leadership, but failed to. So why now? The answer would be that Gina Rinehart has been in Hastie's ear, as Rinehart doesn't want to wait to regain the power she had when another of her puppets, Peter Dutton, was leader of the Liberal Party. The problem for the Liberal Party is that Gina Rinehart's influence over Peter Dutton cost the Liberal Party seats at the 2022 federal election with the fake nuclear power policy, for example, and will do the same if Andrew Hastie is elected leader. I'm about to play a video Hastie posted on his Instagram account, which is a poorly disguised promotional video for Gina Rinehart's coal and mining interests. Hastie starts off the video talking about cars and manufacturing and closes at the end of the video by saying, make the most of our coal, make the most of our gas, which is the real reason for the video.
I have to remind myself that we used to make cars in this country. Check this car out. It's a beautiful piece of craftsmanship. It's horsepower, it's heritage, it's grit, and it's an Aussie car made by Aussie workers for the Australian people. We used to make complex things in this country. In fact, with cars, we used to say, race them on a Sunday, sell them on a Monday. And it wasn't just a slogan, it was a way of life. Competition drove innovation in our car industry. But that's all gone. Today we're being told that we can forget our past forever, that we can no longer build physical things of value in this country. And both the Liberals and Labor have let us down in the past by letting the car industry disappear from our shores. And now Anthony Albanese and Labor are trying to cut us off forever from our proud heritage. They want to fill our streets with silent, soulless cars made in China, packed with tech that we didn't design and that we don't control. It's not just about the cars. It's this sense that we've lost something, that we're now just helpless consumers. The Australian people are at our best when we unlock our innate God-given drive to design and build complex things like cars. We don't do that anymore. We're a nation of flat white makers when we could be making beautiful cars like this again. And in order to do that, we need cheap energy. We have an abundance of coal and gas, which Anthony Albanese and Labor are willing to sell to countries like Japan, China, and India. The hypocrisy is breathtaking. They'll sell that stuff to countries that burn it, and they'll deny it to the Australian people. They'll deny us an industrial base like this. So yeah, I'm for Australians. I'm for putting Australians first. I want to see us making complex things because I'm ambitious for my country. And I know many of you are ambitious for your country too. It's time that we made a decision. What sort of country do we want to be? Do we want to be a country that is deindustrialised and is just effectively a nation of helpless consumers? Or do we want to unlock our energy potential, make the most of our coal, make the most of our gas, and produce things again, build stuff with our hands? If you want that, let's go.
Authorised by Andrew Hastie, Liberal Party Mandurah.
Andrew Hastie doesn't have enough support in the Liberal Party to beat Susan Lee in a ballot for the leadership, but everyone knows Susan Lee can't win the next election. So at some point there will be a challenge for the Liberal Party leadership. Hastie is using social media and doing interviews to build his profile so Liberal MPs can compare Hastie to Lee, and Hastie is hoping some Liberal MPs will switch their support from Lee to him. There will be a vote for the Liberal Party leadership as soon as Hastie believes he has the numbers to either win or come close to winning, which could be before or after Christmas. Liberal Party crooks destroying the Liberal Party. What also makes the Liberal Party leadership battle interesting is that former politicians who are currently lobbyists, publicly and behind closed doors, try to influence the leadership in what direction the Liberal Party is heading. Those former politicians who are currently lobbyists and fraudsters and thieves trying to cash in on their political connections and should be nowhere near the government. One example is Arthur Sinodinos, who was given his own column on the Guardian website, the 6th of July 2025, to publish an article titled "Susan Lee Must Fight to Return the Liberal Party to the Broad Church that Embodies Australia's Enduring Values," which starts off, "Reports of the death of the Liberal Party are much exaggerated. There is a mountain to climb, but should the incumbents stumble badly, the coalition is the only viable governing option. In Australia, governments lose office rather than oppositions win." At the end of the article, The Guardian makes a declaration. Arthur Sinodinos is a former Australian ambassador to the US. He is a partner and chair of Asia Group's Australia practice and was a former Minister for Industry, Innovation and Science. The declaration The Guardian should have made, but fails to do so, is on Sinodinos' Wikipedia page, which says, on the 19th of March 2014, Sinodinos stood aside from his role as Assistant Treasurer prior to giving evidence as a witness before the New South Wales Independent Commission Against Corruption, ICAC. During the inquiry, Sinodinos advised he was unaware of a $74,000 donation made to the Liberal Party by Australian Water Holdings, despite being Deputy Chairman on a $200,000 salary. At the time of the payment, Sinodinos was also Treasurer of the Liberal Party. He formally resigned on the 19th of December 2014 as Assistant Treasurer and was succeeded as Assistant Treasurer by Josh Frydenberg. ICAC eventually made no adverse findings against Sinodinos. Well, The Guardian could have used one of its own articles from 2016 for a declaration on Arthur Sinodinos' background. In 2016, The Guardian published an article titled "Sinodinos and ICAC. Corruption may have been going on under his nose, but ignorance is bliss," which starts off, ICAC finally reports this year the unimpressive ducking and weaving by Liberal Senator Arthur Sinodinos is sure to draw criticism. My article goes on to say, Arthur Sinodinos, writing the column, is more about him promoting his commercial interests and lobbying business than caring about the Liberal Party. But Arthur Sinodinos is not alone, putting himself first at the expense of the Liberal Party. I published an article in January 2025 titled "How Liberal Party's Joe Hockey Steals from the $368 billion AUKUS fraud scheme from cradle to grave," which starts off, "Former Federal Treasurer Joe Hockey is stealing millions from Australian taxpayers via the $368 billion AUKUS fraud scam, and he is trying to control AUKUS from cradle to grave via Liberal Party pre-selections, which should be outlawed. It became obvious that Joe Hockey was trying to control the AUKUS fraud scheme and almost certainly other schemes when his name popped up as a supporter for Giselle Capitarian in the Liberal Party pre-selection battle for Bradfield. Joe Hockey is on target to go down in history as one of the great Liberal Party grifters. After I started writing this article, the Sydney Morning Herald published an article making the argument the Liberal Party needed to expel Scott Morrison and Alan Tudge over Robodebt before the Liberal Party can be taken seriously again. That is the bottom line to the point I am making in this article. For example, every time Scott Morrison is on TV or quoted in the paper, the Liberals lose more support because it is a reminder that Morrison has never been held to account for his corruption and crimes, and he is still grifting off the public purse. The Liberal Party needs to get rid of a long list of crooks and grifters like Joe Hockey, Arthur Sinodinos, Scott Morrison, Alan Tudge, etc. Otherwise, they'll never be taken seriously enough to regain power. The biggest grifter, aside from Rupert Murdoch and Lachlan Murdoch, is billionaire miner Gina Rinehart. And if her puppet Andrew Hastie becomes Liberal Party leader, they won't be going anywhere fast. Andrew Hastie has ability, but the video I just played shows he has sold his soul to the highest bidder trying to gain power, and the whole country can see it. And make sure you visit my website, Kangaroo Court of Australia, and click on that article. Got links to further information. Make sure you do your bit and help shine a light on corruption and share this video on social media. And please hit the like and subscribe button and notification button. That way you get notified every time I publish a new video. And Kangaroo Court of Australia's independent media. I'm an independent journalist. I'm 100% crowdfunded from viewers like yourself. So I'd be greatly appreciated if you make a donation via PayPal or Patreon. You can do one-off donations or monthly donations. You can donate any amount, $3, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30, $40, $50 a month, whatever suits your budget. It all helps out in a big way. The links for the Patreon account and PayPal account are below this video on YouTube and also my website. Or you can go to my website and click on the donations page for further donation options. Other than that, thank you for your time and have a good day.